Hello there, this is Blue Scorpio VR, and welcome to this channel. This is my very first recording, and excited to be doing this for the first time. I'm basically gonna record a flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 career mode, and this is gonna be a cargo run. And this is my Cessna 172 here, and I happen to be fly in real life as well. I have a private pilot license, and I fly Cessna 172s as well as light sport cruisers, which is like a light sport two-seater. But these days I tend to be flying much more the Cessna, and so I'm gonna try to keep things as realistic as I do in real life, although. Yeah, because it's simulation and I like to keep things fun, I will keep things a little simpler. So we are inside the cockpit now, and let's see what the mission steps are. So first is to complete the startup procedure. So in real life I would follow the checklist at this point, but I've done it so many times that I know it pretty much by heart. So battery on, and beacon lights on. Both. Trim should be set to takeoff. We'll make sure that the fuel shut-off valve is not pulled, of course. And then I'm going to put a little bit of throttle, and then mixture lean. And then I'm going to turn the magnetos into the start position. I would say clear prop at this point, because the propeller is about to spin.
There. If you're interested in starting a tour, we have a few options available. You can explore Route 66 from Gallup. Are you ready to go to Flagstaff, Arizona? Or from Flagstaff, Arizona to Ludlow, California.
Just a quick reminder.
Alternatively, there's a beautiful Sedona tour with the first stop at Cathedral Rock. Let me know if you'd like to start any of these tours.
Expected in no time at Kayenta.
Right, I'm also flying with SayIntentions, and I think I just heard a new features of SayIntentions. They have tours now, which is kind of cool. I'm flying in career mode, so I'm not going to do that, but that might be something I'm interested in the future. It's just an interesting thing. So, okay, so I still need to turn the avionics on. Somehow those buttons are not always reliable. I'm using my cockpit. There it is. I have some a button panel in my physical button panel that I connect to the simulator, and it's quite buggy in Microsoft Flight Simulator, unfortunately. I'm gonna make sure the taxi lights is on. I'm gonna leave nav lights. Nav lights I'm gonna turn it on as well. Normally that would be only for nighttime, but in real life the Cessna I fly uses the nav light to also turn on the ADS-B, and so that kind of keep that as well in the virtual world. For taxiing, we want to make sure that we pull the mixture a little bit so that we're not full rich, which might dirty the spark plugs. And let's make sure the transponder is on. There we go, and now everything is turned on. So we are ready to call ground control. We're at Flagstaff International, so it's probably going to be a towered airport. So I'm using SayIntentions at the same time as career mode. So what I usually do is I do the career mode call.
November 57787 with Tango. Request
and then I'll
taxi
do it
for
in
takeoff.
SayIntentions as well.
North departure. Cessna November 57787.
As I'm doing the readback in the flight simulator, I'm gonna do the call in SayIntentions.
Alpha 6 Alpha Alpha 1. Contact tower on 1 tree 4.55 when ready.
Give me a lot of instructions here. Flagstaff ground, November 974 Tango Alpha at North Parking, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Cessna 787.
And
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Flagstaff ground, runway 21, taxi via Alpha Alpha 2.
runway 21, taxi via Alpha Alpha 2, 974 Tango Alpha. So I'm gonna hope that the runway is the same in both Microsoft Flight Simulator and SayIntentions. I actually don't remember what they said in Microsoft Flight Simulation, but I can actually find out by opening the communication window, and they did say runway 21, so I think I'm in luck. They both coincide. In real life I would be getting the ATIS, which we could do. You know, I could just do 125.8 here.
Thai altitude 7300 feet. Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec.
Information Quebec.
Flagstaff Pulliam International Airport. Information Quebec. 0357 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 21. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 7. Dew point -4. Altimeter 3026. Density
Okay,
altitude
so
7300 feet.
we have
Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec. Flagstaff Pulliam International Airport. Information Quebec.
all right, we got the information Quebec now, and we set the altimeter to 3025, which makes me realize that this airport is quite high. All right, and we're starting to taxi. And interestingly, okay, I'm gonna try to the altimeter setting is the same in SayIntentions and in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is not always the case. Here's runway 21, but it looks like it wants me to cross without stopping at hold short, so that's a little unusual. But okay, it's, you know, that's one of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024's bugs. I should not be entering the runway like this without asking for tower, but it wants me to go to this hold short all the way down the runway back there. Makes zero sense that I'm doing that on the runway, so I'm gonna exit the runway. So in real life I would have been yelled at already for going into the runway, but neither SayIntentions nor Flight Simulator 2024 seem to mind. And we got quite some ways to go. Here's a nice control tower. So Flagstaff is quite high, 7,000 feet high. So that means I'm not gonna put mixture rich to take off. I'm gonna keep it at about where it is now, to get as much power as possible at such high altitude. Lovely trees. I think it's going to be quite a scenic takeoff. Got some nicely rendered rock. The visuals in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 are always very lovely, especially in woods area. I find like the look of trees, mountains and such, more so than cities at times. The photogrammetry in cities is sometimes a little bit off-putting, especially if you're flying low to the ground. There's not much wind, as shown by the windsock here. And I'm gonna
Simrate 2.
go into
Simrate 4.
Simrate 4. I'm using this little tool called SimBandit, which tells me what sim rate I'm in right now, because there's no indication in the simulator of what sim rate you are currently. It's quite unfortunate, but there is nice tools like this SimBandit that helps a lot with that, especially in VR. Let's see what's my ground speed. So the easiest way to get ground speed is to go into this this mode here, and yeah, about 10, 12. Okay, and now it's quite fast.
Simrate 2.
And it's back to
Simrate
Simrate 1. I think the simulator lets you go up to 20 knots on the ground before it flags you. In real life, you probably want to go around 12. And now I can hold short finally. There we go. So I'm gonna make my call in Flight Sim 2024, and then do it in SayIntentions.
Departure to the north.
Cessna November 5, 7787. Altimeter 3025. North departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 21.
Flagstaff Tower 974 Tango Alpha, holding short runway 21. Ready for departure. Request north departure.
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Flagstaff Tower, runway 21, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 21, clear for takeoff. 974 Tango Alpha. Alright. We are cleared for takeoff. So as I mentioned, I will not put the mixture to rich because of the altitude. And I set the light already to landing lights on, taxi lights off, nav lights and strobes on. And double check that everything is set for takeoff. The trim is off, and yep, everything looks good. Everything is in the green. I did not do a run-up. In real life, I would do a run-up, of course. Perhaps that's something I'll do in a live stream in the future. But okay, let's go. Those arrows on the floor indicate that you cannot land in that section of the runway, but you can take off from it. So I am rolling on those arrows, and if I was to take off on land on this runway, I would have to land. This would be the threshold right here that I'm passing right now, and the speed is now 55. So I have no idea what I got a tire malfunction here. That makes little sense. Yeah, this makes no sense. This is a bug in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The only thing I can think of is maybe on my previous flight I damaged the airplane, possibly. That's the only thing I can fathom. But anyways, looks like the mixture was about right. As I climb, I want to maintain about 75.
Cessna 787. Continue for north departure.
75 knots for best rate of climb. And let's acknowledge the end of departure
Tower,
here.
Cessna November 57787. Continue for north departure.
It wants actually me to make a left downwind departure here for some reason. So I was about to do a right downwind, but let's follow what those blue gates show, and I'm actually gonna hide those blue gates. Find it more realistic to not have those blue gates. And we're flying over a nice little road here with a few cars. And I'm gonna climb to 8,500 feet and head north. And here we go, we're on the left downwind, runway 21. There's a few textures issues on the ground here. A few of the tiles are not matching colors. That's unfortunate, because the scenery is otherwise quite lovely. I see some red trees over there, which kind of indicates we are in the fall, and that's nice to see. That's not something that was there in well, I also happen to have the a mod called Seasons Enhanced, and I think it makes the seasons better, but I'm not sure how that would look like without the mod, obviously. Nice view of the and here we are, we're at 5,000 feet, so I can level up. There we go. So vertical speed 0. I'm gonna try to maintain that. And there we go. So this flight is supposed to be about an hour long, and yeah, if I look at the GPS here, it's telling me estimated arrival in 47 minutes. About 46 minutes. I'm curious to try that SayIntentions tour flight. Probably okay, I need to reduce a little bit the power here. 25 should be 24, 25, something like that should be good. And then I think the mixture is probably okay. Yeah, basically to find the right mixture, I pull until
Sky West 499er tree ready for departure. Runway tree. IFR to Sky Harbor.
Cessna 787, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
that was for me.
Sky West 499er tree, altimeter tree 004. Cleared for takeoff runway tree.
Trying to
Flagstaff
acknowledge.
Tower.
There it
Cessna
is.
November 57787. Frequency change.
There it is. So I'm assuming that I'm flying over Flagstaff right now.
Cleared
Small
for takeoff
town.
runway tree. Sky West 499er tree.
I lost about 100 feet of altitude here. So I'm gonna rectify. I'll probably put the autopilot in short order. I like to hand fly it a little bit. We can see my little
Skyhawk
shadow
4
down
Tango
there.
Alpha, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright. Frequency change approved. 974 Tango Alpha. And I could request flight following with SayIntentions here. That would be interesting. Actually, why don't I do that? So I'm going to switch to center. And then, you know, SayIntentions makes it easy to switch to frequencies here. I could do it manually, basically, by, let's see, 127.675 seems to be there. So in real life, I would use 4 flights to find out what's the center frequency. I would probably plan the flight ahead of time and know all the frequencies ahead of time so that I don't have to think about it. But let's see. Flagstaff Center, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha with VFR request. I'm kinda, I could have
Skyhawk
given
4
my...
Tango Alpha, go ahead with your VFR request.
Alright. Flagstaff Center, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha is 5 miles north of Flagstaff Airport at 8,500 feet. Request VFR flight following to standby 974 Tango Alpha. Actually not sure what's the name of the airport we're going to. So we are going to Bedard Field, 38 AZ. Bedard Field. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Albuquerque Center, 974 Tango Alpha, 10 miles north of Flagstaff Tower at 8,500 feet. Request VFR flight following to Bedard Field. Cruising altitude 8,500 feet.
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, flight following is on request. Squawk 3542, deny ident.
Squawk 3542 and ident 974 Tango Alpha.
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, radar contact 13 northeast of Flagstaff at 8200 feet. Flagstaff altimeter 3000.
Roger. Thank you. 974 Tango Alpha. I don't think the altimeter is 3000. It was 3026 at Flagstaff Tower. I doubt it's changed that much. But actually, let me try to see. What if I was to put 3000? Nah, there's no way.
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, contact Phoenix approach on 126.375.
Contacts Phoenix approach on 126.375. 974 Tango Alpha. 126.375. There it is. And I want to climb a little bit, so I'm gonna full power to climb a little more. Phoenix Center, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha at 8,500 feet.
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Phoenix approach. Good morning, Flagstaff, altimeter 3000.
You know, I'm gonna have him confirm my altitude. Phoenix approach, 974 Tango Alpha. Could you give me my altitude, please?
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, you are at 8532 feet.
8532, so that's exactly what I'm seeing in the altimeter, and my altimeter setting is 3025. So I think it's a little bug in SayIntentions here. Not a big deal. And I'm now gonna go into the autopilot mode. So I have a well, I could do it with the mouse. I also have a little device called the IFR1 that helps me do these kind of things if I choose to. So there you go. So it's not nav mode, and altitude. I'm gonna set it to. Let's see. What should I set it to?
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, contact Phoenix approach on 126.375.
Contact Phoenix approach on 126.375, 974 Tango Alpha. Isn't that what I was on just a minute ago?
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha Albuquerque Center, contact Phoenix approach on 126.375.
Contact Phoenix approach on 126.375, 974 Tango Alpha. Set the altimeter to 83rd. There it is. So now the altimeter is properly, sorry, 126.375. There it is. Phoenix approach, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha at 8,500 feet.
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Phoenix approach. Good morning, Flagstaff, altimeter 3000.
Alright, so now that we are in cruise altitude and autopilot, I'm gonna accelerate a little bit.
Sim rate 2. Sim rate 4. Sim rate 8.
There we go, sim rate 8. So 35 minutes remaining. That's probably going to become 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to double check when I do this. I'm going to double check that the recording is going on. It seems to be recording, yeah. Lovely. So
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Phoenix approach. I need to amend your flight. Can you tell me your destination?
Destination is Bedard Field. 974 Tango Alpha.
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, Bedard Field noted as destination.
I'm impressed that it recognized it, actually. Yeah, Bedard Field. Wonderful. And oh, you know, I have traffic. I could have turned on traffic in SayIntentions, so we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go to SayIntentions and make sure that traffic is turned on to the max, because I think I had turned it off before, and that will not do. We want traffic. Yeah, okay. Traffic, it was off. I'm gonna turn it on to the max. Okay. There we go. Now that that's done, we can admire the outside view. Lovely.
Skyhawk 4 Tango Alpha, contact Denver Center on 132.875.
Contact Denver Center on 132.875, 974 Tango Alpha. 132.875. There you go. Denver Center, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha at 8,500 feet. And
Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha, Denver Center. Good afternoon, Tuba altimeter 29907.
90907, thank you. 974 Tango Alpha. Ah, there's some interesting canyons here. We're flying over this desert. I'm gonna ask SayIntentions what's the area we're flying over. What is the name of the desert we're flying over right now?
We are flying over the Painted Desert, which is known for its stunning array of colors and unique rock formations. It's a part of the larger Colorado Plateau and stretches from the Grand Canyon National Park to the Petrified Forest National Park.
There you go, very interesting. I have been to Grand Canyon. I have not been to Petrified Forest, but I heard of it. I heard it's very beautiful, and that plateau is quite lovely here. There's not a road inside, I was gonna say, unless this is a road. Oh, actually this is a little road here. That's is this a road or is this a riverbed? Because what kind of road would that? The riverbed. This is a river, this is not a road. No road would go like twisting around like this. Looks like we're flying over an airport now.
Simrate 4. Simrate 2.
Oh, and we're 3 miles from our destination, so I think this is our airport actually.
Simrate 1.
So we're going back to Simrate 1 and looks like there's a bug. But runway 20 is what I want, and so we have to. Okay, so the altitude of this runway is what? Let's see. Bedard Field, what's the altitude of this? It's at 6,500 and we are currently at 8,500, so very nice. So we are 2,000 feet above and we're flying over here, so I'm gonna disengage the autopilot and then make a right turn here. We're gonna want to go 90 degrees away from the airport here and make a teardrop entry into the left downwind for runway 20. And let's confirm that this is what Microsoft Flight Simulator has in mind, and indeed, yeah, you can see those give me a nice teardrop entry followed by left downwind and then final to runway 20. So now that we have that confirmed, just wanted to make sure I get the maximum bonus for following the what Microsoft thinks is the right procedure. So yeah, it's nice to see that it got it right. There's a nice little lake over there. So as I start my right descending 270, like teardrop entry basically, I'm gonna lower my altitude to 7,500 feet, which is the pattern altitude, 1,000 feet above the elevation of the airport. It's not always the case, but 99% of the time that's what it is, especially in remote areas. Over densely populated areas it might be higher than that, so it's always good to check beforehand the airport, the charts. I forgot the name of it, the chart addendum or something like that. Okay, so now we're at 7,500 feet, so I can level up here. And I'm going to continue our 270, and I'm trying to do a rate 1 turn. So a good way to find out if I'm doing a rate 1 turn is to make sure that in my turn coordinator here, my wing is right on that little notch. And that's a rate 1 turn right there. Otherwise, you want to be somewhere between the 10 and the 20 degrees in the attitude indicator. That's another way to, somewhere around 15 or 17 degrees is about right for the speed I'm going. And that's it. We actually went a little too far because I want to be going at heading 3 since we're going on runway 2. Oh no, runway 20, never mind. So we want it actually to be heading 4. Yeah, there it is. And I'm just passing the number right here. So there's no tower here, so normally I would announce with the traffic frequency. So let's see what SayIntentions has to say. Denver Center, airport insights, request frequency change. And I'm gonna reduce my RPM to 1500 and start putting 5 degrees of flap. Oh, I got already on the CTAF. Never mind. Okay, so now that I'm on the CTAF, I'm gonna make my CTAF calls. So first, I'm gonna make sure that my airspeed is at where it needs to be, which is about 75. So I'm going a little too slow right now, and I'm a little low, so I'm gonna put a little more RPM. There it is, and then. Random field traffic, Skyhawk 974 Tango Alpha turning final runway 20. Brandon Field traffic. You know, obviously I would have done my calls earlier than that. I got a little, you know, I didn't stay ahead of the plane, as they say. I got a little caught by surprise. Okay, now I'm gonna put 20 degrees of flaps, and since I'm on final, I'm gonna go with 30 degrees of flaps and try to shoot for about 65 knots. There's a little bit of crosswind, but not that much. Oh, I'm losing speed quite a bit, so let's. Oh, and yeah, this crosses on the floor. I think they indicate that this airport is closed. But I guess the simulator does not know that. Alright, power idle, and let's try to land smooth here. There you go. That was not the smoothest. You know, so I don't know what is going on with the simulator here, but this is not the normal behavior of the plane here. It is acting really strange.
No landing gear, and you still completed the mission. Amazing.
Oh, that's what it was. My landing gear was terrible. That's what it was. That's why the airplane was behaving like this. Yeah. So, alright. It doesn't even want to. It doesn't even want me to taxi anywhere. That's odd, but okay, I will not complain. So shut-up procedure. I'm gonna put my flaps back up. I should have squawked VFR when I switched to the CTAF tower. So a lot of things that could have been done better here. You know, taxi lights, can turn up nav lights and strobes and the landing light for now, and then I basically cut off the engine by pulling the mixture off, and then battery off and avionics off. There you go, my mission is successful, and I'll be sure to fix that landing gear. Let's see what I got. Oh boy, it didn't respect the condition of the aircraft. 0. Oh, so I don't even get an A on this. Yeah, that hard landing was on takeoff. That was some kind of bug. Ayenta. Not battlefield after all. Okay, well, you know, with Microsoft Flight Simulator, you always have to expect some kind of bug or nonsense. Unfortunately, their career mode is notoriously buggy. And that's a shame because it's pretty fun otherwise. There we go. I'm level 123. That's a nice, easy number to remember. And let's go ahead and fix our airplane now before I forget about it. So it's telling me that it's probably gonna cost me quite a bit to fix that. Yeah, let's do a checkup. Out of order. So there you go. The maintenance is as much as the mission got me, which is a little silly, but there it is. Everything is good again, and we might as well wash it. And voila, that was our little flight for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and next time I'm going to try to stream. So that's it for today, and have a great night. Thanks for watching.